Hey noobs, Mr. Frog here. Marriage is often a scary thought for many out there, and perhaps even more so when you have to face 18 trials through hell before your wedding. Well, if you are up to the challenge, then the topic of today's video may interest you, as today we will be taking a look at Married into Hell, a visual novel hybrid game that blends together roguelite and board game elements in a fun and creative way. The game is developed by rogue-lite Games and published by Alice Publication. It is not censored by default on Steam, and thus requires no patches before playing. You can jump straight into the game right after installing. Now in the game, you play as the handsome and charming Aeolian, a demon noble who lives in a remote part of hell. One day, a strange girl shows up to your house. You find out that she is actually the Demon King's daughter, Flo, and has run away from home to try and escape an arranged marriage. Her mother promised that anyone who can conquer 18 trials through hell will thus be allowed to marry her daughter. Being the kind person you are, you offer to help solve her problem by simply just marrying her yourself so that she doesn't have to marry a total stranger. Not only that, but you also promise that you will make her fall in love with you along the way. It's a pretty straightforward and simple plot, but it does have a lot of fun with its main character cast. In addition to Princess Flo, the game also features the strict assistant Juliet, the simple and single-minded succubus Yuyo, and a variety of other monster girls you meet along the way. It has a strong rom-com vibe to it, and focuses more on comedy instead of interpersonal drama between the characters. It strikes a good balance between gameplay and story scenes, without letting scenes drag on for too long in between the gameplay segments. Now as for the gameplay itself, it plays as an interesting combination of board game, roguelite, and auto-battler elements. All controls in the game can easily be done with only the keyboard or only the mouse, which does qualify the game as being fully one-hand playable. The game is broken down into 18 different board game style challenges, where you will take turns rolling a dice and completing several laps around a board. Each turn you will roll 2 dice, one unique to your character, and one generic that will determine how many steps you take. You can choose between one of the 3 traveling companions Aeolian has traveling with him to traverse around the map. Each tile on the board will trigger different effects upon landing on them, such as battles, random events, equipment upgrades, and stores to buy resources. The board will be mostly empty at first, but the boss of each map will slowly fill it with tiles as they take their turn. At first, you may think that the game sounds like it is mostly playing itself, and to somewhat of a degree it kind of does, but there is actually quite a bit of strategy involved as well. Each of the 3 traveling companions have their own unique dice associated with them. Juliet, for example, focuses on reducing ability cooldowns, while Princess Flo focuses on increasing combat power at the sacrifice of healing power, and Yuyo will increase your healing capabilities. Each character excels in different scenarios, and occasionally you may want to swap to another character depending on which map or boss you are going up against. For example, in a challenge where the boss doesn't provide many combat tiles, you may want to avoid playing Flo and switch to Yuyo for easier access to healing and potions. In addition to the dice, you also have 3 skills that you can use before rolling your dice each turn. The 3 combat skills that you have are one that allows you to select a number for your next dice roll, one that summons combat equipment, and finally one to teleport to any empty space on the board. Smart use of these skills can easily make or break an entire run, such as using the number selector to land on desirable tiles, or using the teleport to constantly move backwards and farm equipment for battles. As for the combat itself during the battles, it plays out as an auto-battler, where your character and the enemy will automatically attack each other at certain intervals. You do have the option to use potions during combat to restore your health, but other than that, you are pretty much at the mercy of your equipment. Now, equipment can be gained from various actions, such as defeating enemies, using your equipment summon skill, or landing on an event space. The equipment randomly rolls different stats and rarities, with higher rarity gear having more stat slots. In addition to the rarity of the equipment, it will also have a level with higher level gear rolling higher stat values. Choosing synergistic gear is a large part of the strategy involved in the game, and it can be very satisfying to get a strong combination of effects. Despite the game being a board game auto-battler, there honestly is quite a bit of thinking and decision making involved, but ultimately, there is some luck to it as well. I think if you like auto battlers or board games, then you're probably going to have a blast with this game, but those looking for something more active or actiony may find themselves wanting a little bit more. Thankfully though, the game does have a bit more to offer, which may win you over through the real content of this game, the H content. H scenes typically occur every few levels, and at each boss battle. Even though Aeolian is aiming to earn Flo as his bride, he is kind enough to make sure that his other traveling companions are taken care of as well. Through most of the game, you will earn scenes with Juliet and Yuyo, but fear not, as you will get scenes with Flo towards the end of the game. Along the way as well, you will also gain several scenes with each of the Monster Girl bosses, with a good amount of variety in personalities and monster types. The game offers a little bit of something for all tastes here, and scenes are primarily composed of progressive static CG images, but a few of the scenes are animated as well. The art is highly detailed, and the scenes that are composed of just static CGs do have a good number to them to make the scene feel more alive. In addition to the scenes, there is also a minor bit of H content that can be viewed during the challenge by maxing out the boss's lust meter while traveling around the board. Though I will say it is just a minor looping pixel art CG, but nevertheless, I did feel it was a nice bonus. Overall, Married into Hell successfully blends together multiple genres in a unique and creative way. The story is cute and charming, with easily likable characters and humorous dialogue. The gameplay is simple and easy to pick up, with a surprising amount of strategy and thoughtfulness to it. A bit of luck is required as well, but the game does succeed in delivering a satisfactory, jackpot hit feeling that one looks for when playing a roguelike game. The only warning that I could give is to people who are looking for a more action-based game, but I do think that the H content here delivers enough for it to be worth checking out, even for those who may not normally be the target audience. If you are looking for a laid-back and lighthearted game to play, then definitely give Married into Hell a shot. With that being said, Mr. Frog awards this game a strong Mr. Frog sip. Have you played this game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you'd like to see more H-game news and reviews, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also, make sure to check out the Mr. Frog stream over on Twitch. Later, noobs.